Surveillance camera footage and testimony from a retired cop highlight day 2 of a murder trial stemming from a Bloomington house party 4 years ago. It's Tuesday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez. The suspect in that case is now 22. Tommy Yale Anderson charged with the shooting death of 17-year-old Kanye Stowers, killed at a Bloomington house party in April of 2022. The jury today saw surveillance video tracking a silver Chevy Traverse before and after that shooting. 2 witnesses told the jury that what they could see in the black and white video, but neither could positively identify Tommy Yale Anderson as the shooter. The defense team keyed in on inconsistent responses from many of the witnesses brought forward so far. Another described a group of masked men at the party before the shooting started, adding that the situation began to feel weird. Testimony continues on Wednesday.